I'm going to be in the show or not.
Do you want to be in it?
Alright,
Make it work.
So hey, Eric.
Yes.
You are the man behind the Gadabout Film Festival.
Yes.
And also a very talented musician. But what we've just come out of is the Manchester leg of the Gadabout Film Festival. It's the 11th year. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So we started back in 2002. It's been this process of trying to kind of see something happen with film that I saw with punk bands, you know, like being able to just get a van, go on the road, like sleep on people's floors and couches and stuff, and then not seeing anything like that with like art or film or like any other medium basically. And so I was just excited to gather a batch of films together and take them on the road, and that was now 11 years ago. So now we try to keep that up and you know, put a call out for submissions every year and take it on the road.
It's definitely one of the most sort of interesting things I've seen. Just said you was one of the most interesting opening acts to a gig, obviously. But yeah, like how do people react to it? Like when they see this film festival on the show or during the show, how do people usually react?
Well, the goal is basically to bring film to kind of non-film settings, and especially into like punk and DIY spaces. And people seem to really feel like they've had an experience, as opposed to like if we set them up at a cinema or a really like arty looking space, then it's like people kind of, I think people still appreciate it, but I think people really appreciate it when you set up in a space like this, like a music venue or somewhere, and then pairing it with bands. So like last couple nights we had some bands play, I played, and then we had the films, and people were like not sure what to expect, but at the end we just got these really great feedback. People just saying like how good an evening it was, and just how they really like the variety of entertainment. So,
you're pairing the films, the bands are also contributing films. Yeah, someone from Lemuria. I mean, like obviously, is that something you sought out, or did they submit that, or was that just something that came about naturally?
Yeah, the Lemuria video was something where I contacted them because I'm friends with them. I knew they had I saw their last video. I knew they had a new video, but I hadn't seen it yet. And in Bloomington, we actually did a full music video program. So it's just an hour of just music videos. So I got in touch with Lemuria about their new video, saw it, and I was like, this is awesome. We also had another music video in the program. So we took those from the music video program we did in Bloomington and put them in the main Gadabout program this year. And we're excited to show it to people, especially in punk venues where it's like Lemuria, great band, and also this like really incredible video that we produced.
It was totally unexpected, because there was so many different things going on in the movie. Cool. How do you go about choosing the things that go into each program each year? It must be a hard process, surely, right?
Yeah. Well, we get a lot of submissions, and then we sit down, we watch them all, we watch every film, we try to send back as much feedback as we can to why, more often it's because we only have an hour to fill. That's the main reason why we can't accept things sometimes. Sometimes films are just too long. Like if it reaches that 10-minute mark, it's like of an hour program, 10 minutes is just way too much. So unfortunately, the longer it gets, the harder it is for us to accept. But we get a lot of really great submissions every year, and then we try to put the program together to make it as varied and as like, there's some animation, there's some documentaries, some comedy stuff, and like, yeah.
Yeah, it is a really like sort of diverse range of films. Like, I didn't really know what to expect. But I mean, is it always been so diverse? Is it, you've been doing it for 11 years. Have you seen it grow and change? Is it?
The goal from day one was to make it as diverse as possible, and with the submissions we're given, unfortunately, we kind of rely on that exclusively. But the main changes we see are sometimes things depends on like the air of the world, like just the general air of things are more political sometimes. Some of the films are more political. And this year I noticed a lot of the films had some young people in them on some kind of journey or adventure. So I don't know if that's something people are like really thinking about right now or not. But thematically sometimes the films match up. But the main thing we've seen is the bump up in quality because of access to digital equipment and editing. the price has come down on so many things that really people can have that DIY ethic that you have in music and apply that to film and kind of get a film made, get it shown, and not take it as seriously as sometimes like filmmakers are going to take their work, you know.
I mean, have you had anyone sort of go on from this and take it and really run with it, and has there been like a real success story out of Gadabout, or is it all just a big family of like, yeah, we did this together?
Yeah. Well, the filmmakers vary every year, so a lot of time, like this year, there's a lot of filmmakers I've never met in person. You know, the films come to us, but there has been some consistent filmmakers that have had films in almost every year, and so from that, it's felt really cool to see kind of an aesthetic, a vibe, like a feeling to the Gadabout that has really come from their films, and yeah, seeing a little bit of a community kind of built from that, and more in the aesthetic and things like that.
I mean, there's some particularly sort of odd is the wrong word, but you know, different looking films than that. You know, specifically. I mean, do people do people watch these online, or is it specifically at the Gadabout sort of showings them?
Yeah, I kind of answered that downstairs to someone asked, and I felt weird saying it, but the first 5 years of the festival, YouTube didn't exist. So it was like that much more important that people saw it, that we were bringing the films to them. Now almost every film we show is online, but it's not curated. You know, like you have to go through a lot of films to see. So yeah, almost all the films are available online. And after the screening, we love to tell people like find it, share it, show people. But before, like, so we don't have like links on our website or anything. So we want to make sure when people come, they're getting the experience that you're saying you had, you know, where you get to like see these things for the first time and not see them on your laptop or on your phone, really small. So you get to see like, because with short film, there's a very short shelf life to them, and there's not a lot of market for distribution and all that like major films get. So we try to take the short film format as serious as possible, get them in front of people, show them large, get the sound right, and so it's not just on a laptop.
So finally, what would you say sort of people wanting to put these films in, wanting to take part, you know, or even just wanting to make films themselves the first time, what's sort of your biggest bits of advice?
Number one, not to take themselves so seriously. But that's kind of that's a weird answer, because some people need to not take themselves seriously and some people need to take themselves more seriously. Like in a way, like find that medium where have fun with it would be the main thing. Because you're gonna find if you just take a chance and just make like the film you've been thinking about, or just make some silly film that you just made up that day and like put aside the film you've been like writing and like stressing over, that'll give you like that kind of inspiration to like make more and more, and like treat it like songwriting almost. Like just make a film and then make another one, and then and that's kind of why I like the monthly movie challenge we do, because people have a month deadline, get a movie made, hand it in, show it to people.
So to close out, tell people where they can find the films, tell people what's happening with it.
Yeah,
I mean, give them everything they need to know.
All right. You can check out the Gadabout Film Fest at gadaboutfilmfest.com. We also do our monthly movie challenge, and it's monthlymoviechallenge.com as well. And every movie that's ever been produced for the monthly movie challenge is in our archive. So it's 3.5 to 4 years of short films made every month in a nice list. And you can click on the theme and watch every movie that was made from that theme.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.